Hello everybody, and I know it's been a while since I've posted a video. I've just been really busy recently. But since the 350 million download celebration for Dokkan Battle is coming up in like 2 weeks now, being on the 31st, I decided to make a, sort of discussion video based on what I think the 350 million download units will be. My picks are a Buuhan and Super Vegito. Why? I just don't see Dokkan skipping Vegito, and Buuhan was the character he fought, so dual Dokkan Fest, more than likely. LRs, more than likely. I'm just going to hop right into this. So, this is Over-Instilling Fear, LR Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan. I made the character Extreme Physical just so he could get a buff from Kid Buu, and, he can get a buff from Kid Buu, but he can also get a buff from the Super Buu, so they're going to link up extremely well. And the reason I made him physical is because he's, you're going to see here why I made him perfect for the Buu. So he leads the Overwhelming Force category of 4 ki, 150% attack, 150% across the board, and the Majin Power category, Ki 3, 170% to HP and attack, and 150% to defense. I think this would be a very strong team based on the Overwhelming Force category I'll have later on in all of this, and I can see I have 6 pages, but I go by pretty quickly. His 12 ki would be the Blitzing Ki Onslaught. It causes colossal damage to enemy, lowers attack and defense, and raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So 30% lowering, 30% raising, makes him extremely good for Super Battle right off the bat. His 18 ki would be the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. It'll cause mega colossal damage to the enemy, greatly lower attack and defense, and greatly raises for 3 turns. So you want to focus on his 18 ki like most LRs, unless you're talking about Majin Vegeta, in which you go try to get exactly 17 ki for the hardest attack he can get. But I made this Majin Buu ki hungry. That's why I made him Extreme Physical, so he could link up with the 50% Super Buu, since he'll have Majin Power and most of the same categories linked up with each other. So you could always have this Extreme Physical Orb Changer 50% attack and defense boost right onto him. So this is his passive skill, Evil Without Hope. He gets 2 ki and 110% defense at the start of turn, and then 150% attack on Super and Ultra Super attack. So he's going to hit like a freight train, because that is the best way you can design a unit. You give him a little ki off their passive, defense right off at the start of turn, and then you give the unit attack on supers. So it makes what's the word I'm looking for? Support. Yeah, the support type units will affect them more. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've just been working on this for like 3-4 hours now. The Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan, or Buuhan, will perform an additional attack that has a 50% chance to be a super attack with 2 or more Ki Spheres obtained. He gains an additional high chance to dodge, and an additional attack with a high chance to be a super with 4 more Ki Spheres obtained. So if you get him 4 Ki Spheres, he gets 2 additional attacks which have a 50% chance for either of them to become a super attack, and a 50% chance to dodge. So right off the bat, he's ridiculous. The reason I made these units just so absolutely busted is based on how Gohan was recently built on the Japanese version, with Guard greatly stacking attack and defense indefinitely. The Savior category isn't that good, but Hybrid Saiyan is ridiculous. And then being super effective against all types, like, he's ridiculous. He's an amazing unit. So I thought, if they're going to do that to a TUR, let me just make these LRs ridiculous. Continuing on, he gets 3 ki, and in addition, he gets 3 ki to every Rainbow Ki Sphere obtained. I don't know why I wrote it like that. I apologize. I just wasn't thinking. Heals 8% HP per Ki Sphere obtained, which, that's nice. It'll help you out, especially in Extreme Physical Super Battle Road or any of the tougher events. And then he changes STR Ki Spheres to Rainbow, and AGL Ki Spheres to Physical when facing a Potara or Super Saiyan category enemy, which is Super Vegito. And then his active skill, transform after 3 turns when HP is 60% or above into Buu Kid. The animation, if you watch Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai, it's when Super Buu is like on the hill and he's screaming and you see all the steam blow out of him, and then it's just Kid Buu like bending over. We all know the scene. We're all fans of Dragon Ball here. That would be his transformation, and it would be this. He would go into Kid Buu, 3 turns, 60%, pretty easy. His links would be Majin, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, While Standing Tall, Metamorphosis, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. If you want to pause the video really quick to just read these off and put these in with his passive, go for it, but I'm going to continue moving on. His categories would be the Majin Buu Saga, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Final Trump Card, Majin Power, Overwhelming Force, and Resurrected Warriors. Now on to Kid Buu, Pure Instinct of Evil. His leader skill does not change, obviously. His links will change a little bit, but his categories don't change, and then different passive and different super attack. So his 12 key would be the Planet Burst, causes colossal damage, lowers defense, and greatly raises defense. So he no longer raises attack on super, but you'll see why. And then his 18 key is the Super Vanishing Ball, causes mega colossal damage, greatly lowers defense, and greatly raises defense for 3 turns. Destruction and Malice for his passive. Continues to get 2 key right off the bat, and then attack and defense plus 100%. Now, I know I said it's best to have attack on super attack, but I did this. He gets 135% attack when performing a super and an ultra super. I put in the 35 because it's 350 million download celebration. Haha, gimmicks. They're going to do stuff like that. I'm telling y'all now, there's going to be a lot of 3s and 5s thrown around in the download celebration. Just be prepared for that. So, right off the bat, he gets 2 key, 100% defense, which is pretty solid, 100% attack, and then 135% attack when performing a super attack or ultra super attack. Then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% and a high chance to dodge when 4 more key spheres are obtained. So again, a key hungry unit, so this is why that physical Super Buu would be really good. Launch an additional 18 key super, so I wanted to make him unique. Kid Buu was just he was the strongest villain up until super canon-wise, because GT was not canon, so I wanted to give him something new. I wanted to give him something fresh. I mean, while Buuhan was stronger, Kid Buu was the final villain. I want to make sure he was just there. So, something that they've done, if you remember STL or Broly, he gets a guaranteed second super attack, but it's only his 12 key. No LR has ever done an 18 key guaranteed second super, so I decided to do that. And he does this when fighting either 2 or more Pure Saiyan category enemies, so Link, kind of like when he was fighting Goku and Vegeta, or fighting a Super Saiyan 3 category enemy, being Goku. This is pretty easy because it's like 72%, 73% of the game. And then, while this could be a little hard, Super Saiyan 3 should be pretty common when Dragon Ball Heroes starts coming out, so it's going to make him better over time. His link changes will be While Standing Tall becomes More Than Meets the Eye, 10% attack and defense, and then Shocking Speed becomes Brutal Beatdown, an additional 15% attack. So his passive isn't as long as Buuhan's, but his attack stat is going to be through the moon, with 100% attack, and then a separate multiplier of 135% when performing an Ultra Super or Normal Super, and then an additional 50% and a high chance to dodge when 4 more key spheres are obtained. He's going to be really good. His defense is going to be great because he greatly raises defense on 18 key, and if you're fighting a Pure Saiyan, it's over. You win. Now we move on to Super Vegito. I made him Super Int because, well, we already have the OG LR Super Vegito, who came out for the 3rd year anniversary, if I'm remembering correctly, with LR Gogeta. I made him Super Int because Super Int needs help. AGL, no. STR, no. I could have made him super physical, but I already made Buuhan physical, and I don't feel like Dokkan or Bandai would really do 2 new units that are the same typing. I don't know if they've done that before. I don't think they have. It's always contradicted each other. And if Buuhan's physical, I'm not making him STR. I'm saying that now, because STR is too strong already, and I'm not going to buff it. So I'm going to go for the Int, because Int is the weaker between STR and physical. Well, Int's stronger than physical, but you get what I mean. It's weaker than STR. He also leads the Overwhelming Force 4 ki 150% across the board, or Majin Buu Saga ki 3 and 170% attack to, or 170% HP and attack, 150% to defense. Pretty similar to Buu's, but instead of Majin Power, it's Majin Buu Saga. They correlate with each other. His 12 ki is the Super Big Bang attack. It causes colossal damage and greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Then his 18 ki is the Spirit Sword Kamehameha, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, raises allies attack by 35%. You're going to see why I did this, mostly because all the Super Vegetos do this. Every single one of them. Even the LR does this on his 18 ki, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to throw this on. And then greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns. Passive, Power Unfathomed. 2 ki, 150% defense. So he is the reverse of Buuhan. Buuhan has less defense at start of turn, more attack when performing a super or ultra super. Vegeto's flipped. He has more defense at start of turn, less attack when performing a super or ultra super. But I made it so you could put him in the first slot, because he also gets 30% damage reduction with 150% defense and greatly raising defense on 18 ki. He's a wall. You're not going to be able to hurt him. Counter with tremendous power upon receiving normal attack, so you can put him in the front slot, no fear, 30% damage reduction, 150% defense, greatly raising defense, and raising his attack. Even with this, he is going to be amazing as a first slot unit. You can just put him in there, he'll defend, he'll kick ass, he'll just be constantly countering and be amazing for Extreme and Super Battle Road. So, I'll continue. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 25% and a medium chance to crit. I have never seen this on a unit that gets a chance to crit per orb. Let me retract that. I have seen that. I'm not thinking right, but 25% attack and defense and a medium chance to crit when 2 or more ki spheres are obtained to help out his counters. And then all allies defense plus 25% with 4 or more ki spheres obtained. I've never seen a unit that gives defense to allies other than LR, Broly, Cheelai, and Lemma with ki spheres. And I really like that concept, so I decided to give it to him. And then to just max him out and make sure he's just in an overwhelming force, I gave him guaranteed crits with 8 or more ki spheres obtained. So then his counters, it means he's also ki hungry, which is why you want that Ink Kid Gohan. But I gave him counters. And then medium chance to crit, but if you get all 8 ki spheres, he is guaranteed crits. So, he's ridiculous. His links are Super Saiyan, Fused Fighter, Infighter, Prepared for Battle, Kamehameha, sorry, cut off, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. His active skill can be used 3 turns, or after 3 turns have elapsed, and HP is 60% or above. Do you remember, it's when Vegito first goes Super, or Super Saiyan, even though he calls himself just Super Vegito, and just shocks Buuhan? I decided to make it sort of resemble that, so he gets a lot stronger, kind of like LR Tech Broly's thing, raises attack and defense by 35% for 1 turn, and has a guaranteed stun on all enemies. So if you get this off in Super Battle Road, while he won't counter, his attack stat is going to be so high, it won't matter, because nothing will survive the single attack coming his way. His categories will be Majin Buu Saga, Overwhelming Force, Potara, Final Trump Card, Super Saiyan, and Kamehameha. Note all the links are listed as level 10 and above. And here, I was going to do this below, but I'm just going to put this in a separate video because I don't know how long this has been going. I'm going to make some subunits for them that can help them out. Maybe some orb changers. I'll find out. And then maybe a free-to-play unit here or there. And what units I think could get easy A's, what they could look like, that whole shablamo. But the Overwhelming Force, let me get to this. So I wanted to make this to resemble Buuhan and Vegito. They were just so powerful and so overwhelming, as the category states, that I decided to make them lead that, because before Vegito became Vegito, Goku and Vegeta were just completely overwhelmed. They couldn't even touch Buhan. They were just getting completely and utterly massacred. So he was an overwhelming force until Vegito came out, who was the true overwhelming force. This category involves characters who, upon appearance, presented a power that shocked opposing characters. So people like Jiren, or when Toppo went into his God of Destruction form, or when Beerus unleashes his full power, that sort of stuff. Even like Blue Gogeta, or Merge Zamasu, Goku Black, when they just you couldn't beat them. Very simple. It's essentially the wall standing tall category. Or characters who have fought a character who was unbeatable to the attacker. So, kind of like when Krillin fought Tambourine, when he was first created in OG Dragon Ball, or even if you're looking at it to when Goku attacked Kami and Kami just flicked him away, same concept. So I feel like this category would be filled with Vegetos, Gogetas, Jiren, Broly, Buhan, Kid Buu, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I mean, you could put Cell in there. Perfect Cell, like when he first went perfect and fought Super Vegeta, and Super Vegeta just got his ass handed to him. I feel like you could do that. You could say that, but yeah. I feel like this category would be very strong. It would be very usable. Having both LRs lead it would make this very easy for anyone to really have it, because all you need is one of the leaders, kind of like the Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito, who they both lead the final trump card. I could see them both leading overwhelming force. So you only need to get one to run the category, instead of having to get one and then another to lead two new categories, which, God knows we don't need any more categories. Just, Bandai, please stop making categories and just put in a pause button. Just smack it and say, we're done making categories for 1 year, and we're just gonna buff all the categories that have come out. We're gonna make sure all of them have over 60 units until we make our next category, and all the units are good. If they can do that, I will be very appreciative. But yeah, this went by a lot quicker than I expected, but I really do think this could be useful, because if you really look at it, these characters would be very, very fun to use, because look at the links the Boos have after the link level update. Majin is 2 ki and 15% attack and defense. Big Bad Boss is this is all level 10. Big Bad Boss is attack and defense 25%. Shocking Speed, 2 ki and 5% defense. Wall Standing Tall. Boost attack by 20%. This Boo will be hitting so hard. I feel like Super Vegito and Boo, they're going to be very similar defensively and offensively. I feel like Buhan's going to be more of a second slot character that you're just going to want to use to heal everybody, and then he's just going to dish out attack stats that'll make sure he can never get hurt. And then Vegito is going to be the character you want up front to help out the rest of the rotation. But thank you all for listening. I will have another video coming out hopefully soon, because most of the stuff that's been going on right now is almost over. And I'll be able to make more videos, make this continuous, and hopefully grow my YouTube channel so I can eventually be up there and I can focus on making content for other people that other people like. But thank you all for listening, and I hope you all enjoyed.